All right, guys, I think we are officially at 10 o'clock now, so we can start taking a look at what we've got up for this evening. Got a handful of breaks tonight. The early breaks are all pretty quick. It's an autographed football helmet. There's a box of 2014 Topps Supreme, a box of 2013 Spectra, and then we'll be busting into a full case of 2017 Select Football, and that just came out today. So let's run through a few things here before we get started. First up, guys, my feedback is completely automated. So whenever you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get positive feedback in return. That way you don't ever have to worry about me being behind and trying to get caught up on it and all that kind of stuff. So that is how that works. And guys, thank you. I always say this at the end of the break. I'm trying to do better about remembering to say it at the beginning as well. I always appreciate you bidding with me and breaking with me, chatting with me, hanging out, keeping me company and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a look, before we look at tonight's slate, which we'll do here in a moment, let's take a look at what's coming up for the next 5 days. So these are breaks that are already listed on eBay, already up and available for bids. Of course, new stuff gets added virtually every night, but this is what is there right now. So we've got a bunch of stuff coming up tomorrow night, aside from some more 2014 football, which will be 2014 Spectra. We also have 2017 Plates and Patches, another full case of that. A full case of Panini Revolution Basketball, the Chinese New Year edition. Sunday, of course, we've got a mix and match of all kinds of stuff, some autographed memorabilia in there, a multi-sport jersey, and some other odds and ends, as well as a case of Prism basketball blasters. We broke a case of that the other day, and it was pretty successful. We had some nice stuff in it. Monday, of course, we'll be back at it with Select. First case, of course, tonight. Second case of that will be Monday. Then Tuesday, we'll do another case of Plates and Patches. And then Wednesday, we're going to start some more memorabilia in there. And then we're also going to start on Contenders Basketball on Wednesday. So pretty full slate ahead for the next 5 days. But tonight, here's what we've got on tap. A 2017 Hit Parade Series 36 full-size autographed helmet. That is going to be first up. Then we'll do the box of 2014 Topps Supreme Football, the box of 2013 Panini Spectra Football, and finally the case of Select Football. Please take note of your shipping dates there. Our first 3 breaks are free shipping. Anything that is completely free shipping goes out once every 5 to 6 days, so I'm anticipating that will go out Wednesday the 21st. Our paid shipping break tonight is Select Football. That's probably going to go out on Monday. You know, if we had mail service on Sunday, it would go then, but since we don't, probably going to be Monday on that. Please take a moment to look here, guys. If you do not pull something in the break, if you hit nothing at all, what you are entitled to when it is normally sent. That applies more to the first 3 breaks than the last one because Select Football, you know, I think every team's going to probably pull a card in that. So this brings us to our first item up tonight, which is one 2017 Hit Parade Series 36 full-size autographed football helmet. This is break number 26, so it's the 26th time that we have broken a 2017 Hit Parade full-size autographed helmet. It ended tonight, February the 26th, and of course we're also live streaming tonight, February the 26th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Our team names are on the left. Our winning bidders are across from it on the right-hand side. So we'll scroll down through here for a minute and give you a chance to refresh your memory as to which team you have. And if you're not in this break, of course, you know, spreadsheet's going to go up before your break as well. This just happens to be the one for the football helmet. You're going to notice there that the focus changed. That was by design. I take autofocus off and I adjust it so we can look at things up nice and close. Our football helmet here, it comes in a big weird box, and I'm not going to ship it in that. So it's not made, it's not a shipping type box, so it'll ship to you in another box, but you'll get everything that is inside this box, of course. Uh-oh, what is Gabe telling me? Oh, man, the post office is closed Monday. Oh, crap. It's a stupid holiday, isn't it? Is it President's Day? That's, you know what? I always forget President's Day. Daggone it. Well, that is no good at all. That just messes up my whole everything, doesn't it? No mail service on Monday. Crud. Well, I guess we have to have our federal holidays, but they kind of get in my way most of the time. Because also my trash and my recycling collection is always on Monday, and these holidays are always on Monday. So then I end up, you know, like overflowing with recyclables usually. It's just a drag. But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that, Gabe. This is a really nice helmet, guys. I know this because it will let me see there's a little sticker right inside there. And this is about to make somebody pretty happy. I don't know if we have the same person who usually bids on the Falcons or not, but if we do, he's had a heck of a week because you know who we have here? Matt Ryan. Oh yeah, nice Matt Ryan Falcons helmet is a sweet, sweet little hit. We're going to take a better look at the COA and stuff here in a second. Let me pull it out of here. It is Fanatics authenticated with a hologram verification. So let's make sure we can find that on here. That's going to be this little sticker right here in the back. And this is just really nice. Don't pull a whole lot of Matt Ryans, guys. So, and the person who normally buys a lot of the Falcon stuff, he's hit a couple of Matt Ryan cards numbered to 15 in the last week. So if he has this helmet too, that's just crazy good luck. But I'm not sure if he did or not. But anyway, nice hit for the Falcons with the Matt Ryan helmet. All right, let me get our spreadsheet set up here for the next break, and we'll flip back over to it. And of course, once again, I'm just going to throw up our shipping schedule here. And Gabe was nice enough to point out to me, we may not have mail service on Monday. So where I say it's going to ship on Monday, it may actually ship on Tuesday because no mail service. But of course, that's why we do have that little plus or minus in there because you never know when things come up. If you're in this break for Supreme Football, please take a moment to review both your shipping date as well as what happens if your team is not pulled and you don't hit anything in this break. All that information right there. You can also find that same sort of thing in a little more detailed format in the auction description. So this is one box of 2014 Topps Supreme Football. We open a lot of Supreme Football, but this is the first time we've done 2014. And again, of course, it ended tonight, the 16th of February, and it's live streaming tonight. And we've got the potential in here, of course, to pull all kinds of good players who were rookies in 14. I think these days almost everybody's after Jimmy Garoppolo, though, right? I mean, you know, he's kind of the hot hand in 2014 right now. Well, of course, you know, Odell Beckham and Derek Carr, but they've always been hot in the 2014 stuff. And whereas little Jimmy G is kind of coming into his own and starting to heat things up a little bit. All right, so first out, we have Russell Wilson. That is numbered 225 for the Seahawks. Usually most of the stuff in Topps Supreme is numbered. Then we have Cam Newton. That is to 99 for the Panthers. I see a little, I think that's Colin Kaepernick coming up behind us here. Yeah, Colin Kaepernick, and he is numbered to 62 for the 49ers. And looks like we might be having a Falcons kind of night, because we got a Falcons hit in this break as well. This is to 125 with a little Devonta Freeman rookie on-card autograph hit for the Atlanta Falcons. So first, in the last break, the Falcons pulled a nice Matt Ryan helmet, and in this break, the Devonta Freeman on-card rookie auto to 125. So that is 2014 Topps Supreme. We do have a lot of other 2014 coming up in the days ahead. If you're into that year or looking for rookies from that year, we've got some 2014 Triple Threads. We've got 2014 Spectra. I'm sure there's some other 2014 stuff that I'm just not thinking of right at this moment. But I've gotten in a lot of it recently, so we'll have some other fun stuff to break as well. And once again, here is our shipping information. I put this up in between every break because I do know people cruise in and out, and they also tend to, if you're watching recorded, you just scroll to the part that applies to you. Please take note of both the shipping date and the information about what happens if you don't pull a card in this break. This is one box of 2013 Panini Spectra football. This is break number 4. We broke this early in the year last year, and then I don't know, I kind of got sidetracked. I never came back to it, and so now we're breaking it again here a little bit. Of course, I break a lot of 2013 football anyway. Always looking for my Le'Veon Bell, right? I'm a Steelers fan, so always happy to see Le'Veon Bell come out of the 2013 products. And then after we do Spectra, we will be handling Select Football. And I will have to step away and check one thing after we do Spectra and before we do Select. So I have one what I think may be an issue with the team that will have to be addressed before we can do that break, but it shouldn't take me but a second. Of course, this is back when they still used lots of packaging for Spectra. By the time you get to 2014, it's one little pack of cards inside one little bitty box. And of course, 13, you got the giant outer box and the 6 little inner boxes. I think we got more hits in 2013 too, though, than we get in 2014. We just kind of in general changed the configuration, which Panini is known to do, as we all know. All right, so at least we've got it all out of the box. Now we got to get it all out of the wrappers. And then we'll get a chance to see what we've got in here. We'll have a lot of inserts, a lot of numbered things, and of course, a dozen or so hits come out as well. I tell you what, though, the prices on 2013 football have all been going up a lot lately. It seems like the supply is dropping, which is probably why the price is rising, because that's how those kind of things tend to work. And so 2013 may not be as plentiful in the months ahead as it has been up to this point. All right, we have a Rookie Revolution Marcus Wheaton for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is numbered to 49. May as well get a couple little sets of sleeves out here, because goodness knows we are going to use them between this and the Select break that's coming up next. There's no question we're going to go through a bunch of sleeves. Our first hit is for the Broncos. That's actually a really nice patch. You've got 3 colors in it. Champ Bailey. And it is numbered to, what does that say? 10. Yeah, numbered to 10. So that's why it's a nice patch, because it's a nice low number to go along with it. Champ Bailey for the Broncos. Next, we have Matt Sims for the Jets. That's a sticker auto, and Matt Sims is numbered to 299. A little Tony Romo base card for the Cowboys. Frank Gore base card for the 49ers. Jamal Charles for the Kansas City Chiefs. And is that numbered? Yeah, it's numbered to 99. They kind of move around where they put the numbers on these cards. So, I get in the habit of looking in one place, and then the next thing you know, it's in a completely different place. Jonathan Franklin for the Pack. That is on card, and you've got a nice little material swatch there as well for the Packers with the Jonathan Franklin. And it is numbered to 99. That's followed by Darius Slay for the Detroit Lions. That one is a sticker auto. It is numbered to 299. Having trouble seeing some of these numbers tonight. Sorry about that. I keep having to move them up closer to the camera so I can see them better. It's a Des Bryant base card for the Cowboys. And Quan Bolden base for the 49ers. Tavon Austin, that is... it's based on the limited card set, but of course you can see it was one of the Pepsi NFL Rookies of the Week, so it's just a little insert there for the Rams with the Tavon Austin. City Limits Justin Hunter, that is numbered to 5. Nice low number Justin Hunter for the Titans. Dual materials for the 49ers with RG3 and Alfred Morris. That is numbered. Where is the numbering? There it is, to 99. Well, at least half of your card, is all right there. RG3 didn't stick around too long, but Alfred Morris certainly has. Chris Thompson, Redskins with another hit. That is a sticker auto. It is numbered to 10. These are kind of bowing up a little, curving a little in the middle as they come out of the compression of the packs. That's kind of the way Prism and a lot of the cards did for Panini, especially in the earlier days. It's an Andrew Luck base for the Colts. Larry Fitzgerald base for the Cardinals. A Hot Rookies insert, Caleb Sturgis. This is for the Dolphins. It was based on the Score card design. Another Pepsi Rookie of the Week. Troy Polamalu insert for my Pittsburgh Steelers. And where's the number? Down there at the bottom to 99 on Troy Polamalu. Our relic, another relic for the Broncos, Monty Ball. Monty is numbered to 49. Broncos with a pair of relics. The Eagles, Matt Barkley. That is an on-card signature. And numbered to 99. Whatever happened to Matt Barkley anyway? That's the wrong sleeve. Is he still floating around somewhere? I guess he probably is somewhere as like a backup QB or something. There's an Alfred Morris base for the Redskins. An Adrian Peterson base for the Vikings. City Limits Chris Johnson for the Titans. That is to 25. Then we have for the Raiders, Darren McFadden material numbered to 25. Kenbrell Tompkins, for the Patriots. That is a sticker auto. It is numbered to 299. Your user ID, I guess, is supposed to be pronounced Hales, yeah? Is that right? In the chat, I'm thinking that's the correct pronunciation of that. That is Steve Smith base for the Panthers. Darren McFadden base for the Raiders. Demarius Thomas That is numbered to 99 for the Broncos. Oh, we've got a little Hall of Famer here. This is Ted Hendricks for the Raiders. And where's our number on that? To 50 for Ted Hendricks. It's one you don't pull all that often. On card auto. Nice little hit for the Raiders. And then we have for the Browns, Josh Gordon to 99. A C.J. Spiller base for the Bills, and a Victor Cruz base for the Giants. All right, guys, let's recap our 2013 Spectra here. We're just going to kind of flip through all this one more time in case somebody missed it the first time. People do jump in and out, or in case you're watching it on tape delay, as it were, and you just want to scroll ahead and check out your particular break. I always recap at the end for that purpose, to make it easy for everybody. Did not mean to have that one in there. That's just an insert. I meant to have that over with the others, but I stacked it in the wrong spot. So right after this, we're going to be starting with our full case of Select Football. As I said, I am going to have to walk into the office for just a second to check on one situation with a team. Because, you know, it's been one of those weeks where it just doesn't go smoothly, it seems like. There's, you know, I don't know, people that don't pay, people that bid and then don't want their teams, and, you know, the usual. So let me check on that. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, thank you for your patience. You know, I don't really understand why bidders do this sort of thing, but they do it almost every day. And this is not somebody that's new. This is somebody that's been on eBay for a long time. They've got a lot of feedback, and they know better. But basically, you know, they're buying their spot, and then they come along and they pay for it even, and then they won't even send you a message and say like, hey, whatever's going on, and I need, you know, can you cancel the order or whatever. No, they'll just send you a request. You know, they're going to cancel the order, or they're not going to pay for it, or whatever the case may be. And I can't tell you how frustrating that is. And people are oftentimes so irresponsible. They make these bids and then never have any intention of paying for them. So it's like, why do you make the bid, right? But I don't know, people do. So thank you for your patience. The person who is the underbidder for that team, I saw your message and I have sent you a second chance offer. So that should be in your inbox and ready to go for you. So this, guys, I know this says on here that this Panini Select Football break is scheduled to ship on Monday, but Gabe was nice enough to remind me that Monday, I think, is a federal holiday with President's Day. So I guess we're not going to have any mail service on Monday. So unless I can get super lucky and get this finished up and out tomorrow, which I don't think is super likely, that probably means that it's really going to be a Tuesday shipping date. So this is 12 boxes of 2017 Panini Select Football. This is a full case break. It's break number 1. You'll see team names, of course, on the left and our winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. You'll notice there on the Arizona Cardinals that is a second chance offer. I've already been in contact with that bidder. He's already got the second chance offer in his email. He just needs to accept it and we'll be good to go on that. That is the team where the bidder bought it and paid for it and then decided they didn't want it. So, yay. Everybody else in here, we do have a couple of teams that are not yet paid. I did look, there are people who have a lot of experience with breaks and have good feedback, so I'm going to let it ride and hope that I do not come to regret it. So if you are one of the people who has not paid for your spot in this break, please do not make me sorry for extending you the courtesy of a little extra time on this. Typically on these full case breaks like this, if it is not paid by the time we're ready to go, most of the time your spot's going to be gone because I lost way too much money last year on stuff just like this. Holding spots for people and then they don't pay for it. And, you know, something's live only once, so then you get stuck with it. And it is pretty much every month I'm stuck with anywhere from $250 to $500 of unpaid bids. Some months it's worse than that. But I just don't understand why in the world people bid on stuff if they're not going to pay for it. But they do every day. But tonight I think, you know, probably these guys are just haven't seen it yet because, as I said, they've been on eBay for a while and their feedback looks good. And I'm hoping it's just a case of being out having a little fun on Friday night and not home maybe in time to pay the bids. So, you guys, I probably did not, maybe I didn't draw good attention to this. I'm going to switch back to this for 1 second. There's an XRC spot right here. That is for any of the XRC cards that we find. You know we're going to find some because they're guaranteed a certain number per case. So any of those cards, they're going to go to that bidding spot. And of course it did say in the description for the item that XRC had its own bidding spot so that everybody would be aware of that up front. And of course, those are the cards that are the exchange cards that will tie to the players who will be in our 2018 draft class. They started putting those in there last year. And you don't know who it's going to be, obviously, until after the draft. It'll just, you know, it'll be like quarterback 1 or tight end 4 or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of fun, right, when you have those and you're watching the draft to figure out what player you're going to end up with. And then, of course, getting it early, that's always fun. Panini was maybe, I thought, a little slower than I expected getting them out last year after the draft, but they did a pretty good job with it overall. Just an extra little layer of fun having those mixed in. But there's not as many this year as there were last year. Last year there was one XRC in every single box. This year there is not one in every single box. There's a handful per case, like 3 or 4 or something per case. So they're not as common this year. And also I think that they, I I think there might be some that are autographed mixed in this year possibly as well. So our base cards, we're going to kind of, you know, go through them at a reasonable clip like we normally do. Take a little bit longer with our hits and refractors and things of that nature. This is a Matt Stafford refractor for the Lions. Richard Sherman is going to be our first hit out. This is numbered to 99. That is a nice looking 3-color patch and really a pretty cool card design overall with the Seahawks. And a few more base cards rolling through there. Just a blank insert. And this is numbered to what? Where is the number for Michael Crabtree? To 49 for the Raiders. Another base. Yeah, I like that patch too. You know, I'm kind of a sucker for any really nice looking patch, and I agree with you. I like that one. Hells yeah. I thought that was a nice one. Pat Mahomes, refractor for the Kansas City Chiefs. Adam Shaheen coming out, numbered to 15 for the Bears. Nice low number hit there, die cut and tie-dye, and a sticker auto. So cool little Adam Shaheen coming out. Oh, you've got the Colts. All right. Well, let's see if we can't conjure you up a few Indianapolis Colts tonight. Chris Carson for the Seahawks on that refractor. And guys, if you're watching this live and you can't see chat, you hear me obviously interacting with people in chat, but you can't see it yourself, I believe you have to be logged into YouTube to see that. So if you log in, you should be able to see it and participate in it. Taywan Taylor for the Titans. He is my absolute favorite signature out of this rookie class. I think his signature is just awesome, so I'm always happy to pull him. That is a sticker auto and relic, and it is numbered to 199 for the Titans. And next up is Brian Hill refractor for the Falcons. Oh, why can I never remember what this is called? I always want to call it like the Wave, but it's not called the Wave. What is this pattern called, somebody? I can't ever retain the name of that pattern. That is Marshawn Lattimore to 99. And if I could remember the name of the pattern, I would tell you, but I'm having a moment and I can't remember it. So, but honestly, I have a terrible time trying to remember the pattern names for Panini anyway. There's so many of them. So maybe you think maybe it is the Wave. That's what I thought it was, maybe the Wave, but then I thought that was wrong right after I said it. So I don't know. Yeah, Dalvin Cook's auto, you're right. Dalvin Cook's auto is pretty bad. It's just a D and a C. And he's not the only one. There are a few of them like that this year. This is to 149, Tyler Eifert for the Bengals. Oops, that is a refractor. Michael Thomas for the Saints. Well, I should be calling these prisms because Panini calls refractors prisms, and I have the terrible habit of always referring to them as refractors because I'm so accustomed to it, because that's what Topps calls them. I'm just so used to saying refractor versus saying prism, but it's the same thing. So if you hear me say refractor, it's the same thing as prism. Carlos Hyde for the 49ers. This is Marshawn Lattimore again. This is just a This is a prism. Our other one, of course, had a pattern and was numbered. That's a base prism, if you will. Here is a die cut for the Lions with Kenny Golladay to 99. Oh, Acceptable says Devin Funchess has only one card in this year's Select. I didn't really know that. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Big Ben for my Steelers. Prism. I really wouldn't have even thought about how many cards Devin Funchess had in there, but I guess if you collect him specifically, that's probably why you know that. But I never really thought about it, honestly. That is Eddie Jackson for the Bears to 199, and again in that pattern name that I am not 100% sure what it's called. I'm saying it's the Wave. It may not be called that, but that's what we're going to call it for right now anyway. So that's what it's going to be for this moment in time. So that was box 1 of 12. Oh, the prices on Devin Funchess, his stuff is going up. I did not know that. Well, see, that's good to know. Somebody's, he must be having a, he must have had a better year on field then. You have a laundry tag of Devin Funchess from Black Gold to 5. Very nice. Oh, and there's 3 of you in here that all collect Devin Funchess. That is wild. I would never have thought that you specifically collect him. I mean, I guess of course, I always think more in terms of teams, I guess, than specific players, just because, well, you know, the nature of what I do. And most everything is divvied up by teams, so I tend to think in that kind of mode. But it makes sense. I mean, one of the Bears guys who bids with me, I mean, he likes all the Bears, but he specifically likes Trubisky. In fact, he was in here last night telling us how many cards he had in total for Trubisky. I mean, it was a lot. It was up in the hundreds of different cards for Mitch Trubisky, and how many of them were autographed, and he had some one-of-ones, and like he had an impressive group of cards he had put together for him. There is a nice little John Elway prism for the Broncos. And we're going to have some Julio Jones coming out to 99 for the Falcons. Nice relic there for Julio Jones. There's my man AB. Here's one of our XRC cards. So, of course, again, this goes to the XRC bidding spot. And this is running back 1. So that's pretty solid, right? I mean, anytime you get the 1 position, I like that. So running back 1, it just says Prism Redemption. It doesn't say tie-dye or autographed or anything. So I think it's just going to be the base Prism for whoever is drafted, whoever the first running back is that is drafted. That's what that will ultimately redeem for. This is Austin Eckler? I don't know. Austin something for the Chargers Prism. For the Patriots, Danny Amendola to 99. Oh, Thump says he is here just for Zay Jones and LaShawn McCoy. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think Saquon Barkley, I mean, really, they're saying Saquon Barkley may go number 1 overall in the draft, period. But I would certainly think for sure he would be number 1 in his position, if not overall number 1. But you never know, man, with the Browns and the way they go with quarterbacks. I mean, you just never know what's really going to happen up there. This is to 25, and it is Devonta Freeman for the Falcons. Tie-dye. Yeah, the Browns are just kind of always a wild card, especially if it's a year with lots of quarterbacks, which this year is upcoming. Alex Smith for the Kansas City Chiefs, Prism. Taco Charlton, Prism for the Cowboys. Brian Hill to 199 for the Falcons. This has been like a crazy kind of Falcon night, I have to say. I've pulled probably more Falcon stuff tonight than I have pulled in a month for the Falcons. Because we pulled the full-size helmet out of that break, was Matt Ryan. Then it was a Devonta Freeman rookie on-card auto, was out of 2014. Supreme was the hit. And then we're pulling all kinds of Falcons here out of Select. I mean, it's crazy. Falcons are just coming in droves tonight for whatever reason. Nice little die-cut O.J. Howard, numbered to 99 for the Bucks. Marlon Mack for the Colts. You guys see there is a reward point card looming back there, so that means one of our hits got replaced with that rewards point card. Von Miller Prism for the Broncos. So here's what happens with this and any other reward point card that we find. I'm going to set them over to the side. At the end of the break, we will go to random.org and award those points cards using random. So, because chances are we're going to find more than one in this case. I mean, I wish we wouldn't find any, but odds are we're going to find more than just the one we found. There's Gronk for the Patriots, Prism. It's another one of our patterns that may or may not actually be called the Wave. That is Russell Wilson to 149 for the Seahawks. There's another Prism for the Falcons, Warwick Dunn. Another Wave, or whatever it's technically called. We're just going to call it the Wave tonight, all right? So whatever Panini calls it, I don't know, but for tonight, we're going to call it the Wave. This is to 199, Jake Butt. Andy Dalton, Bengals, Prism. You know A.J. McCarron is happy, man. He won his grievance. The Bengals are going to have to cut him loose. He's finally going to get a chance to go somewhere. And honestly, there's still a lot of teams that are in need of some quarterback help. So I expect A.J. will probably sign a decent deal. Well, it's tricolor Sked Corvette for sure. It's tricolor, but the question is the background pattern. What is the background pattern called? Because all those patterns that Panini has, they all have names, and most of them I cannot remember. Besides, like Mojo, that's about the only one I can. And Cracked Ice, of course, I can remember Cracked Ice, but other than those two, I can't remember the official names for the vast majority of those background patterns. All right, so you do think the Wave is right. Okay, well, that's what we're going to stick with regardless. I mean, I kind of think that might be it, but they have a lot of them. And also, Panini will call something the exact same pattern. They'll call it something completely different. So then I have to try to remember the difference between the two there as well. And then I just get all confused and have to hang it up. Just guess and go on sometimes. And is that Jimmy? Yeah, a little Jimmy Garoppolo to 99 for the Niners in the wave. It's going to be interesting to see how his season shapes up when we get a full season of him. P. Ryan for the Redskins with the Prism. But you know, what do we have? Like a 5-game sample, right? I think it's basically a 5-game sample that we have of him. I mean, obviously he started a few games for the Patriots too, but Todd Gurley tie-dye die cut to 25 for the Rams. Because, you know, I think it'll be kind of like, you know, Dak Prescott, right? I mean, he had this terrific rookie season. He came back his sophomore year, and a certain amount of that is just the other teams know how to plan for you. It's an Aaron Jones refractor for the Packers. And once they've played you and they've got a little more film, they can figure out a little more about what's happening, and things turn out differently sometimes. Tyreek Hill refractor prism. Mike Evans to 199 with the relic and for the Bucks. But I don't think he really cares, because you know what? He signed a gigantic contract. Barry Sanders for the Lions. So he's probably super glad that Tom Brady threw a fit and wanted him gone. So, because he's making a whole lot more money now. Jabril Peppers, what is that number 2? To 49 for the Browns. That is a sticker auto and a really sweet little patch right there. Because that is clearly a chunk of a letter or number or something like that. So very nice patch for the Browns with the sticker auto and Jabril Peppers. Prism for the Bears, Tariq Cohen. Jalen Smith to 15. Tie-dye, die cut. Is that on card? No, sticker, I guess. So tie-dye, die cut to 15 for the Cowboys. Jalen Smith, nice. I like the tie-dyes anyway. They're my favorites. We'll look at that one. Then we've got for the Ravens, Buck Allen prism. I think the tie-dyes are just a fun little touch to add to these. Refractor Cooper Kupp for the Rams. Refractor Von Miller, Broncos. Wave Mark Brunell. There's one you don't see very often. To 149 for the Jags. What are the Jags going to do? I think, you know, I mean, what do you do there? Your quarterback, who is probably widely considered like not great, but yet he got you through the playoffs all the way to the AFC Championship game. David Njoku for the Browns prism. Lamar Miller for the Texans to 199 with the wave pattern. So what do you do with him, right? I mean, you've got really a lot of free agent quarterbacks coming up, and some of them quite good, like Kirk Cousins. You know, you're going to have a lot of choices out there. And then, of course, you got all these quarterbacks coming up in the draft, half dozen or so anyway, which are are draftable. Now, of course, you know, who knows how they're going to turn out, but that's the gamble every year. So what do? Do you keep Blaine because he did get you? I mean, he sort of did. The defense probably really got you there, but he certainly helped in some games, some more than others. But regardless, he was your quarterback and you ended up in the AFC Championship game. And then, of course, you've got the other intriguing part about him, which is that he's having that wrist surgery in the off season. And if he's not back to full speed where he could pass a physical by the cutoff date, then his full salary guarantees for next year because he'll be considered an injury guarantee. So you've got that little wild card in there too. So if you do try to replace him, then you still got to eat his salary. So I don't know. I think the Jags are in a little bit of a dilemma. And similarly, the Vikings. You got 3 quarterbacks, all of which have issues of various kinds, and all of which are on expiring contracts. So, you know, do you keep Sam Bradford and his bum knee? Do you give Teddy Bridgewater another chance, even though he's coming back from that horrific injury and you kind of don't know what you have yet? Or do you ride Case Keenum, who once again played an excellent season for you? There's going to be some interesting off-season stuff happening. Wide receiver 1. So our XRC spot so far has a wide receiver 1 and a running back 1. So all in all, the XRC spot is having a good break so far. That is a prism for the Bengals, Joe Mixon. Wave, Russell Wilson, numbered to, I think that says 99 for the Seahawks. Jason Witten for the Cowboys, refractor. Because pretty much you find Jason Witten in like every product. I mean, I don't think there's any product where you don't find Jason Witten. Carl Lawson for the Bengals, that is numbered to 149. A little tie-dye action for John Elway, numbered to 25. Nice low number tie-dye for the Broncos. Eli Manning, Giants, prism. And guys, if you're wondering where your cards go when I set them off to the right, there are mats all down that whole right side there where I've got, that's where I sort. So I've got supplies over there, but even the supplies are sitting on a mat. So everything over there is still nice and safe and sound. LaShawn McCoy for the Bills, prism. Davis Webb to 199 for the Giants with the wave pattern. And we have another wave for the Niners, Ronnie Lott to 149. Well, right on top, we've got a prism. Isaiah Crowell for the Browns. Crowell. Is that going to be numbered? Yeah, it is to 99 on Brian Hill for the Falcons. Derek Carr for the Raiders. We got a hit coming up. Aaron Donald. There's a nice defensive player for the Rams who's excellent. Defensive, that's a Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Aaron Donald on card auto. And of course, you can see this is a paper card, guys. So this isn't the same type of card as we have for our other select cards. That one is just paper, but pretty cool to get Aaron Donald if you're a Rams fan. Thurman Thomas Prism for the Bills. Josh Reynolds to 49 for the Rams. Oh, that's a sweet looking patch too. Because again, we got part of something cool there. A letter, maybe a number, I don't know. The corner, the edge of something anyway, to 49 on the Josh Reynolds. Prism Jordy Nelson for the Packers. There's another guy who knows if he's going to make it. I don't think they both make it, though. You know, if Jordy Nelson stays, I think Randall Cobb gets cut. If Randall Cobb stays, I think Jordy Nelson gets cut. I don't think they keep both of them. Derek Barnett for the Eagles. I mean, because they're both aging. They both got big salary cap hits, and I think one or the other, who knows, maybe both, but I think they'll probably keep one and get rid of one, and I really think they will. So yeah, another Panini Rewards Point card. I was afraid we'd find more, so we've had two now that have replaced hits for us. I'm just going to stack them over there. I'm putting them in sleeves so that I can write on those sleeves later after we award them. I can write the teams on there so I can remember it without having to go back and watch the video again later when it comes time to sort. There's our empty box. And I want to see if this happens to say on here. No, I guess it doesn't. Yeah. So I'm sure that lots of you have probably watched other breaks today, maybe even been in some other breaks. I didn't have time to do any of that. I was trying to get a bunch of shipping out today, and so I didn't have time to watch any. What's the best thing you've seen come out of a break today? I mean, what's the hot card that's making the rounds out of Select? I forgot to look at the short print list. I'm assuming there is a short print list. There might not be, but I figure there probably is. I forgot to look at it, though, today, so I don't even know who our short prints are. But I know some of you are going to be happy here in a second. There's Rob Gronkowski Prism for the Patriots, because somebody called it in chat already, except I think he called the number wrong. Because you said it was going to be to 199, but this is to 49. And here comes your Devin Funchess for the Panthers. Yeah, it is. Nice little two-color patch there, numbered to 49. So all of our Devin Funchess collectors, you were faithfully rewarded here. He may only have one card, but you got it. And it's numbered to 49, not even 199, so better than you thought. Jameis Winston for the Buccaneers to 25, tie-dye die cut. And Kendall Wright for the Bears Prism. Who has the Panthers? You know what? I don't know who has the Panthers. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm not going to switch your view back because, you know, I've got cards out on the table, so I'm not going to take the camera off of that. That would be in poor form. Jeff Case 21. So Jeff Case 21 with the Panthers tonight, according to the spreadsheet there. Prism Cooper Kupp for the Rams. I thought one of you guys probably had the Panthers. You guys were all in here talking about looking for Devin Funchess, so none of you have the Panthers. I thought one of you would. This is to 49, Adam Shaheen, and we already pulled a nice Adam Shaheen somewhere along the way for the Bears, and now you've got a bookend, another one to go with it. That one was a sticker auto and 249. For the Rams, Kurt Warner. Prism. This is Curtis Samuel, 299 for the Panthers. Prism again, of course. Tricolor Wave Cam Chancellor to 99 for the Seahawks. Here's another XRC. This one is QB4. So right now you have running back 1, wide receiver 1, and quarterback 4 in the XRC bidding position. So again, guys, all those XRC cards go to that single position that bid on XRC. Zach Ertz on that Prism. And you'll find that bidding spot on any select break that I do. I imagine most breakers probably have a separate spot for XRC. Mine are always at the first of the break, so it will be right before the first team. Juju Smith-Schuster, Pittsburgh Steelers, Prism. Jamal Adams for the Jets, Prism. Another Panini Rewards point, which busted up another one of our hits. So, little collection of 3 of those so far. Die cut Mitch Trubisky, nice, to 75 for the Bears. Greg Olsen to 149, Panthers. Ty Montgomery, Packers. Taiwan Taylor, Tennessee Titans. It's actually Taiwan. I think I said Taiwan, but I think it's actually Taiwan. Antonio Gates to 199, Chargers. I want to organize something down here, guys, on the sorting area. I want to make sure I've got enough space, so give me a second here. I'm going to move a couple of things around slightly and move all these little empty dummy block cards and get them out of the way. Now I think we're good. So this box that we're opening right now represents the halfway point. This is box 6 of 12. So once we open these packs and look through them, we'll be at exactly the halfway point of the select break. Oh, there's another, I thought I saw, I guess I didn't. I thought I saw an XRC on the bottom of that, but I suppose I did not. Yeah, sometimes I do breaks like this with this many cards. Sometimes I do them as half cases instead of whole cases just because it takes a while to get through them. But I didn't really want to do that with Select because of the XRC cards falling the way that they do this time, you know, not one per box. So I figured that I was better off doing the full case. Oh yeah, Shannon, there is going to be a tremendous amount of sorting for this. But it still won't be as bad, I don't think. And it might be close as when I break those Topps Jumbo Baseball. Like when you do Series 1 and Series 2 and update, there's 500 cards per box. And a half case is 3 jumbo boxes. So it's 1,500 cards per break. So it takes A, forever to do them, and B, forever plus a week to sort them. Like I feel like I sort them for a month straight. Of course, really, it's just a few hours, but it feels like forever. Tom Brady for the Patriots on that prism. And this is Jalen Richard to 199 for the Raiders. But yeah, there is definitely going to be a lot of sorting. But I just didn't want to break it up into half cases. I didn't think with the way the XRC cards were falling that it was the way I wanted to do it. It's Doug Baldwin. Last year, I think I did break them, probably most of them up into half cases, but there was also one of those XRCs in like every box. Matt Ryan. Oh, I definitely don't remember the name of that pattern. For sure, I don't remember the name of that. It is to 75 for Dalvin Cook. Like, I want to say that that is Mojo, but I don't really think it is. In Topps, it's called X-Fractor, but that is not what it is called in Panini. And I don't really think it's Mojo either, but anyway, you saw it. It was Dalvin Cook to 75 for the Vikings in that fun little pattern. Chris Godwin for the Bucks was Prism. Shannon says, only 3 hours from you can come and help me. Hey, I tell you what, I just about wouldn't turn you down. That is Peyton Manning for the Colts. Aaron Jones to 99 for the Packers. There we go. There's finally a relic and a signature put together on the same card. That is a sticker auto for the Green Bay Packers. But, you know, truthfully, my family will offer to help and things, but I just, honestly, I don't trust anybody else to do it. Is that awful? I know that is awful, especially in my own family, but T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. It's a lot. And you have to really kind of pay attention and be careful. And sometimes you have players who are traded, so they're in one uniform, but it goes to a different team. And if you look at it wrong, you know, you're going to sort it wrong. And I don't know. I just don't like to let anybody else do it. Gary and Conley for the Raiders. And also that way, like if something got messed up and got missorted, because I did do that recently. I sorted a card wrong recently. I had to fix it. Lamar Miller to 199 for the Texans. You know, at least that way I know it's my fault, right? Because I'm the only one who does the sorting. So I know if something goes bad that I'm the one that did it. Fortunately, I don't do it too often, but every once in a while, one does slip by me. C.J. Beathard for the 49ers. Fortunately, it was not one that was really had much value and was easily found and tracked down and rectified, but still, that's to 149 Dawkins for the Eagles. And the other thing about it is that I have it all memorized too. For each sport that I break, I have a certain position on the table where I lay the team, and it's oddly enough not alphabetical. I just never did set it up alphabetically. This is to 149 Aaron Jones for the Packers. So I can almost sort without looking because I just muscle memory. I know where each team goes on that sorting table. So I can just like bam, 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 you know, knock it out. If somebody else was doing it, they would kind of be like searching and trying to find it and figure it, and it would just take longer anyway. Priest Holmes, Kansas City Chiefs. CJ Beathard to 199 for the 49ers relic. And there's our same pattern, which may or may not be Mojo, but anyway, you can see it on there. And it's numbered to 5, a little Peyton Manning 5 of 5. So nice low number Peyton for the Broncos. And while I'm thinking about it, I haven't probably mentioned this yet, but if you are breaking with me and you pull something that you want in a magnetic one-touch case, I'm always happy to accommodate that. All you have to do is, let me know in chat or send me a message on eBay and say that you are what you want, what card you want in there. And for most things, it's going to end up being $3, which covers the costs that I pay for the case, as well as the PayPal fees that I get charged to receive the payment. And I will invoice you directly through PayPal if you ever do request one of those magnetic one-touch cases. Because, eBay gets real testy if you talk about doing any sort of transactions that weren't completed on eBay, even when it's something like that, just adding supplies to something that you did buy on eBay. They don't really like it a lot. So usually we try to, you can let me know in messages there or in chat, but then I send the PayPal money request just directly to whatever email address is on file with eBay. But that way, if you do pull something really nice and you want to make sure that it's super safe and sound on its way to you and afterwards, I can help you out with those magnetic one-touch cases. And also, if you don't have a hobby store nearby, sometimes it's a pain in the rear to track those things down anyway. David Njoku for the Browns with that prism. I got to get another pack of sleeves. I always forget how many prisms are in Select. And of course, I put all of our prisms in sleeves just as a matter of habit. Keep them all nice and... For the Browns, we have Jabril Peppers. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I mean, I would like to have had a 2-color patch, but, it's numbered to 25, and there's a sticker auto. Pretty cool little hit for the Cleveland Browns. Gronk again, Patriots, prism. A little tricolor wave Amari Cooper to 199 for the Raiders. Oh, Shannon, by the way, we are going to do another White Sparkle basketball break if you're interested in it. I know you were interested in one of them, the second one maybe, and it filled up there before you got a chance to get in it. Kelvin Benjamin for the Bills. And I actually tried to find your user ID on eBay, and I couldn't, at the time, for whatever reason, it wouldn't come up. I couldn't figure out which one was you. I don't know why, but I couldn't. There's Russell Wilson for the Seahawks, because I was going to send you a message and tell you that. But since you're here in chat, I can tell you now. This is Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce to 99 die cut. So we'll probably work on that. I might open that up tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, because I think aren't we breaking Chinese New Year Revolution tomorrow night? I think so. And then maybe Prism Sunday night or something like that. Devontae Adams to 99 for the Green Bay Packers. So we will probably open up another White Sparkle pack break directly, like we did before. It'll sell out through chat. Probably starting tomorrow night, we'll work on it. Juju Smith-Schuster again, Prism. Gerard Davis to 49 for the Lions. Ryan Sweetser, Prism. Is that Dak Prescott? Yeah, it is. Little Dak Prescott Prism for the boys. Breaker Addiction, we did do the helmet. It was really a sweet one tonight, too. It was Matt Ryan for the Falcons, and it was Fanatics authenticated. It was a very nice one tonight. Jay Novacek to 99 for the Cowboys. We've had really good luck with the helmets lately, as a matter of fact. We pulled the Jerry Rice couple of breaks back, and then the Matt Ryan. What am I doing? We still got a stack here. The Matt Ryan tonight. Who did we pull the other night? In between the Jerry Rice and the Matt Ryan tonight, there was another nice one in there. Kendall Wright for the Browns. Been on a pretty good run. It might have been LaDainian Tomlinson. Might have been. Or he may have been one of the mini helmets. I don't know. We pulled him recently. I just don't remember full size or mini. Deonta Foreman to 99. Tricolor Wave. But in general, memorabilia, we've been pulling some really sweet stuff across the board. I mean, jerseys, helmets, the whole 9 yards. Pulled that sweet Kobe Bryant autographed basketball jersey a couple breaks back, too. Von Miller, Broncos. Tavon Austin to 49 for the Rams. Another nice relic. Little two-color action going on there. Probably the edge of a letter or a number. Breaker Addiction says, I never get a Seahawk helmet or jersey. We pulled some Seahawks full-size helmets recently. As a matter of fact, sometime in the last probably 3 or 4 full-size helmet breaks, we had a Seahawk. I'm trying to think who it was that signed it. I remember seeing the Seahawks. I just can't think who it was that signed it, but it was full size. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a mini. I don't think so. Somewhere in the last 4 to 6 breaks, anyway. And Seahawks jerseys. I gotta think about that. I don't know when I last pulled a Seahawks jersey, which is not to say that I haven't pulled one recently, because I don't always retain them. But I don't have one that stands out in my mind in recent memory. In fact, I'm trying to think who even was our jersey from. I can't even remember who the jersey was we pulled last night. Not awful. It was for a 49er, I'm pretty sure. I think it was a 49er, but I can't even remember who the player was. But honestly, I see a lot of stuff every day. Between what I break at night and then what I sort and ship out in the daytime, I can't retain all that. So I kind of let it go in long enough to say it out of my mouth during the break, and then usually it just shoots right back out of my head unless it was a super hit, like a mega hit, and then I tend to remember them a little more. Jamal Williams to 199 for the Packers. Alshon Jeffrey to 49 for the Eagles. Prism Buck Allen for the Ravens. Sorry to say Rams. I know better than that. For the Packers, I'm about to knock stuff over there, trying to keep my computer from going to sleep, knocking boxes over. Aaron Jones for the Packers. It's another, what I'm calling mojo, and probably really isn't the mojo pattern, but whatever we want to call it. Here's another one, Taywan Taylor to 75 for the Titans. James Harrison, back when he still was a Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah, we all know what happened there, James Harrison. C.J. Beathard to 199 for the 49ers. Got hurt and lost his starting job because Jimmy G's not giving that spot up for 100 and whatever it was, 50 some odd $1 million. Jabril Peppers. Which really makes you wonder, what are they going to pay Kirk Cousins, right? Because, I mean, you know they're going to pay him more than Jimmy got paid. Thomas Rawls to 49. It's a nice looking patch for the Seahawks. I mean, some of these player salaries are just insane. Like, I'm all for making money, but man, $40 and $50 million a year, that is like a lot to play ball. Joey Bosa for the Chargers. Well, that's a lot for anything, whether you're playing ball or whether you do anything else. It's still a lot of money. That's to 199 for the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles with a little Sidney Jones action. Redskins, Jonathan Allen. Die cut J.J. Watt, Texans to 99. If the Texans can get everybody back healthy next year and everybody still plays the same way they played before they got injured, they're going to be pretty tough. LT for the Giants. Die cut Khalil Mack to 75 for the Raiders. XRC, who have we here? QB4 again. So you got a pair of QB4s along with running back 1 and wide receiver 1. P. Ryan, Redskins. '49ers, Carlos Hyde to 99. Of course, you know, I'm wondering if the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to get the deal done with Le'Veon Bell. Because if they franchise tag him again, that's going to be a disaster. Because, yeah, he's going to be ticked. This is Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's already said if they slap the tag on him again, he's not going to show up for training camp. And he might not even show up for week 1. And, I mean, it's just going to be a disaster. So I think they either need to pay him and sign him or just cut him loose and move on. Not be slapping the tag on him. Although, truthfully, $14.1 million, which is, I think, what the tag would be this time, is still a very nice sum of money for a running back in the NFL, because we all know the running back market is not as robust on the pay scale as some of the other positions. Mainly because they tend to just wear out, right? I mean, their bodies just take such a beating, and they have so, their shelf life is shorter, I think. And it just is a position that's never been as highly paid as some of the others. Of course, Le'Veon is doing his part to reset the market in that regard, but I don't know. I just don't know why they can't do a deal. I mean, I kind of know because they've got salary cap issues, but they restructured 2 or 3 contracts already for the upcoming year where they took the majority of the salary and made it into a signing bonus to get it, you know, out from under the cap a little. I don't know. I think you better, I think just do the deal or let him walk, but don't franchise tag him again and get into all that stupid mess. But I don't know. I think they're headed in that direction, which just is not cool. Kiersey for the Jets. But you know, also the guy touched the ball like 400 and something times last year. Like a lot. A lot. That's Greg Olsen for the Panthers. So, I mean, if you're going to plan on beating him into the ground with 400 touches a year, I mean, good grief. I don't know how long a contract you want to sign him to because you're going to, you know, wear him into nothing. Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys. Big Ben /99. Pittsburgh Steelers. Tricolor wave. Oh, is that going to be? Oh, no. Okay. It's DeAndre Hopkins /49, die cut. There for a minute, there for a second. I thought we might have Deshaun, but we have DeAndre Hopkins coming out of there. Seahawks, Chris Carson. Duke Johnson /199 for the Browns. Alshon Jeffrey, Prism, Refractor, whatever you fancy calling it, whatever you prefer, because they really are kind of one and the same. There is a die cut Solomon Thomas /99 for the San Francisco 49ers. Matt Ryan, Falcons. Ty Montgomery /199 for the Pack. That little relic. Saints Marshawn Lattimore. Josh Norman /149 for the Redskins. That is Jared Goff /149 for the Rams. So I don't know about the part of the country that you live in, but it has been really unseasonably warm here, as in it was 70-something yesterday in February, which is very unusual for my part of the world. Blake Bortles for the Jags. Did I say Blaine Gabbert earlier? I probably did. I know it's Blake Bortles, but you know, I still think of Blaine Gabbert as being there. He is where now? With Cardinals, maybe? I think. Anyway, Chiefs, Priest Holmes. Aaron Jones for the Packers. That is sticker auto and relic. Maybe you got a little bit of a second color in there. Got a little green there right around the edge. And nice low number /10 on that Aaron Jones. But so yeah, it's been unseasonably warm here. So I've got plants trying to come up out of the ground. They shouldn't be poking their heads out of the ground until like April or May. And then all of a sudden, like it wasn't even all that cold this morning. And then this evening, I get ready to go to the post office. My post office is open until 7, or at least the branch I drive to ship out your guys' stuff is open till 7. And man, it all of a sudden got really cold again. So I don't know what is going on. Like one day it is 70, mid 70s, And then the next day it's 30, about like 40 degrees in 24 hours. What in the world? I don't know. I guess it's more that polar vortex thing. They're always talking about the polar vortex, and some weather person tonight's talking something about the polar vortex split. I'm like, what? I mean, how does that even happen? It's just a mass of air. How does it split? I don't get it. But anyway, I'm sure that's why it's suddenly back to winter after it was almost spring for a few days. Myself, I am ready for spring. I don't like cold weather very much. I'm happy that the baseball players are starting spring training, at least the pitchers and the catchers reported in this week. I'm glad that baseball's around the corner and warm weather's around the corner and winter's on the way out. I much prefer that. Pat Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, tricolor. Kareem Hunt, there we go. Kareem Hunt finally making an appearance there with a nice little prism for the Chiefs. Oh, how about an Ezekiel Elliott to 10? Yeah, Cowboys, how about ya? A little Zeke to 10. I like it. I like it. I like it. For the Panthers, Luke Kuechly to 10. 10 seems to be the number at the moment. DeAndre Hopkins again for the Texans. Andre Reed. Oh, nice. Andre Reed to 10 for the Buffalo Bills. I love that. Cool old school hit, tie-dye, sticker auto, low number. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Cool. Buffalo Bills. Worth the price of admission right there. Cam Chancellor, Seahawks. Thomas Rawls to 99, Seahawks. Oops, the refractor was the one below it. And that is our Darius Stewart for the Jets. Several of our rookies starting to come out in prisms here in this box, more so than we've maybe seen in a few of the others anyway. Jalen Ramsey to 99 for the Jags. Any cool Colts? Oh, brother, I do not know. I have looked at a lot of cards, so I am not 100% sure on that. This is tight end 3, also for our XRC spot. Carson Wentz, Eagles. Yeah, last year I tried to collect all of the various XRC spots, and I never did get them all. I found I don't know, maybe a third of them. And then I was just like, oh no, I can't do it anymore. It's Doug Martin for the Bucks. So I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to chase the XRC this year or not. But at least if I do, it'll probably be easier. Last year, some people mixed them in and they would give them off as random and, that kind of thing. This year, I'd say more people are probably doing them as freestanding bidding spots. I mean, some people did that last year too, but I'd say most breakers are probably doing it that way this year. Charles Harris for the Dolphins. So at least it would make my chase a little easier. I would just have to win a bunch of bids. Gerard Davis to 199 for the Lions. Cowboys, Zeke, Prism. Die cut Prism for the Bengals, John Ross to 99. We have got 2 boxes left, so if we haven't yet hit who you are looking for, now is the time to put your mojo into overdrive and see if we can't manage to conjure it up for you here. Tell you what, the way they have these packs in here is just terrible. That little weird platform thing in there that's supposed to hold them in place clearly, and there was a pack still in there, clearly does not hold them in place at all. You open it up and those packs are a hot mess all over the place. So for the money that they charge for Select, because it is not cheap, they really should have a sturdier box than they do. Different type of configuration or something. If you remember this time last year when Select came out, and of course, you know, everything was on fire because of Dak and Zeke. You couldn't buy football to save your life, and if you could buy it, you paid 10 times more. I remember Select last year, like right after it came out, the price went up by $30 a box or something. Like the day it came out, practically. It was terrible. Then you couldn't get it anymore. It was just boom, it was gone. Hopefully this year's going to be a little more manageable. If we want to pick up some more, we'll be able to, I hope. Kenny Golladay to 75 for the Lions in the pattern that may or may not be called Mojo. Of course, I have a decent amount of it. I think I've got 4 cases. 4 or 5 cases of Select, something like that. It's Chris Tompkins for the Redskins. Oh, my Steelers are going to have a hit. Oh, it's Marquise Pouncey. Cool. To 199. You don't pull Marquise very much. So if you have the Steelers, I mean, it depends, I guess, if you're buying it to a reseller, if you bought them because you like the Steelers. But if you bought the spot because you're a Steelers fan, that Marquise Pouncey is pretty cool for you because you don't pull those too often. To 99 for the Bucks, Mike Evans. John Ross Prism for the Bengals. For the New York Giants, Evan Ingram. Oh, sweet patch. Yeah. Nice card design, nice patch. Where's the number on this bad boy? Up in the top. It's to 99. Although truly I would have thought probably lower just based on the way the card looks. It's very good looking piece of material there. Keenan Allen for the Chargers. And Keenan, what are you numbered to? Guess it is not numbered. Just a base prism on that one. Of course, keep in mind, guys, when we get to the end of the break, we do still have the Panini Rewards Points cards that are going to be awarded by way of random. So that will be coming up. Ronnie Lott for the 49ers. Dalvin Cook for the Vikings, numbered to 15. Vikings, nice hit. And as we were talking about earlier, Dalvin Cook's autograph leaves a lot to be desired. It's that little tiny DC way over here, and then the 4 over there. So, yeah, okay. It's not a nice looking autograph, all right? Let's just say that. But it is an autograph, and it's numbered to 15, and Dalvin Cook, assuming he comes back from his injury, is going to be quite a player, I think. So it's a very nice hit for the Vikings. Buck Allen for the Ravens. Maybe in his downtime, Dalvin can work on signing some things with a little more pizzazz. P. Ryan for the Redskins. Finally, we see Alvin Kamara show up as a prism. Cooper Kupp to 149 for the Rams. For the Packers, Aaron Jones. Chris Carson, Seahawks. I feel like we've seen him a lot in Prism, as you know, in like the base Prism. Maybe we haven't, but it seems like we have. Tricolor, David Njoku to 149 in the pattern that might be called the Wave. All right, one box left. We're closing in on it. See, look at that mess those packs are in there. That's just a mess. They're supposed to be a little riser in there, supposed to, I guess, hold them all in place or whatnot, but it does not do that. All right, last box. And we'll have, of course, the Panini Rewards points we'll award by way of random, and then we'll recap our primary hits. That's to 149. Die cut for the Saints, Drew Brees to 99. Christian McCaffrey makes an entrance with a nice little prism. Joey Bosa to 49. Loving that patch for the Chargers. Delaney Walker, Titans. John Elway, Broncos. Mel Renfro to 199 for the Cowboys. How about that for a little blast from the past, Cowboys? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I hit the, obviously, I hit the camera when I was reaching across to grab the cards. I managed to, like, knock the whole camera over, so that was fun. So sorry about that. Sorry, I made you a little seasick there, probably, or something. Been a while since I've done that, too. I tried to change the position. There for a while, it seemed like I was banging into the camera at least once every couple of weeks. This time it's been a few months since I managed to knock it over. This is to 25 die cut tie-dye Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. Oh, hey, you know, just making sure you're still awake there. That's all. Rob Gronkowski for the Patriots. And Steve Largent to 15. That's a nice hit for the Seahawks. Steve Largent, one of the franchise greats, of course, and nice little relic and autograph there. I seem to have changed the angle of my camera a little bit, haven't I? It's like, yeah, maybe I would need to change that up a little. I think I might have been holding a couple of those cards where I normally would hold them, but yet the angle changed because I turned the camera over. Mike Williams for the Chargers. Tricolor Wave Delaney Walker to 199 for the Titans. There's the biscuit, Mitch Trubisky. Prism for the Bears. Tricolor Andrew Luck to 99. Wave or something similar to the wave is the background pattern. For the Bills, Tre'Davious White. He's a good little player, Tre'Davious White. Joe Flacco Prism for the Ravens. And then our last card is Mark Brunell again. Okay, before we recap our hits, which are these big stacks of cards here, before we recap those, we have these yet to give away. So as you see, there's a 250 and two 150 points. Each one of those, unfortunately, replaced a hit somewhere along the way in our break. Thank you, Panini, for that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you guys along with me as I do it. Let me just pick up these loose sleeves and get them put away again. And then we're going to roll into random. So I'll take you with me to the spreadsheet where I will copy each of our team names. And then you'll come along with me to random.org where we will paste those random names into random. And the XRC spot goes in here too, guys, because that was a bidding position just the same as the teams were. So it's going to have the same shot as our teams have to get these rewards cards. So here's what happens. I'm going to hit random just the one time. We've got 32, well, counting the XRC, we've got 33 items in here. So I don't see any reason really to do this multiple times. So there you see it is all nice and copied and pasted in there. So what will happen is our top 3 positions are going to take these rewards points cards after I hit random, of course. So position number 1 will get the 250 points. Position number 2 will get 150 points. And position number 3 will get 150 points. So here we go. So the Giants, I'm going to write this on here as we go. The Giants have the 250 point card. The Bucks have a 150 point card. And the Arizona Cardinals have a 150 point rewards card. Oh, and I should, before I come off of there, we'll scroll down there so you can see there's our date and time stamp and all that jazz, just so it's all, I mean, you watched me do it, but still, you know, that makes it all nice and official. Now, some of you, I realize, are probably getting ready to take off. You're not going to hang around for the recap. So let me say once again, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys bidding with me and breaking with me and hanging out with me in chat. I have breaks almost every night. New stuff gets listed practically every day. So hopefully I'll see you again on another break somewhere along the way. I enjoy doing this, and it's a lot of fun. I appreciate you all being part of it. So thank you. First, we're going to look at the cards for our XRC spot. So once again, all 4 of these, or 5 of these cards that we're getting ready to look at, go to one bidding spot, and that was the XRC spot. So we have tight end 3, quarterback 4, wide receiver 1, and running back 1. So XRC spot, those are your cards for this break. Our Panini Rewards points, which replaced some hits, We have the 250 points went to the Giants, 150 to the Buccaneers, 150 to the Arizona Cardinals. All those were awarded by way of random. Now, here comes our big bad recap. I'm not going to read all this stuff off again, guys, because we already did that as we went along the first time. This is just kind of a quick little recap here for you to get a second look. If you're, some people like to write down what they've hit. I'm one of those people. I write down kind of my main hits in the break, and then I put them in notes, actually, on eBay. If you go into your eBay purchase history, there's a place you can add notes. And then I put in the notes what I'm expecting as far as my major hits, so I don't have to worry about it. And when the package comes, I can just match it up and boom, leave my feedback, and I am done. So I'm one of those. Yeah, I'm a nerd who would look at the recap and write down my primary hits so I could later figure out what has come in the mail. Especially when I don't bid as much now on other breaks because it just seems like I don't have as much time as I used to have. But there for a while when I had more time, oh gosh, it was not uncommon for me to be in 5 or 6 different breaks a night and, probably 5 or 6 nights a week. And so, the mailman's always just pouring in all this mail, and half the time people don't say on their return address like what their eBay user ID is, and there wouldn't be anything in the package that would necessarily say what their user ID was. And so then sometimes I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what break this goes to. It kind of got to be a mess. So so I figured out my own little way, my own little system for making it work. All right, so guys, for anybody who did happen to wander in late, if you want to do a quick spin through, we'll hit the spreadsheet here just as a quick little run through again. That, of course, just a quick information about the fact that my feedback is automated and a written thank you. These are our anticipated shipping dates. Of course, the Monday really does slide until Tuesday, apparently, because it looks like Monday is a holiday, President's Day, which I forgot about. So it's really probably going to ship on Tuesday instead of Monday, and I apologize for that. I didn't realize it until somebody told me in chat. And finally, here is a look once again at the breaks that we have coming up over the next 5 days. We've got lots more full cases of stuff, plates and patches football, more select football, all kinds of basketball, lots of memorabilia, and other things coming up through here. So we have got a busy few days ahead with lots of interesting stuff. So hopefully I'll see you again along the trail. In the meantime, I hope you have good breaks wherever you're breaking, and I will see you again the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.